Hey friends, it's Teresa here and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I wanted to share with you some certain specific helpful ways to set up a hybrid album such as October Daily. Also, I use this for December Daily to do some pre-planning. And the hope for this video is that you'll get some tricks and tips on how to set up your digital folders for digital products, digital templates for your album folders that will help you with the October Daily process. So the first thing that I do when I'm ready to start a new album is to set up the album folder. After setting up the October Daily 2023 folder is I set up 31 new folders, and that's a folder for each day. And what I'm going to do is, so for example, for day one, when day one rolls around, on day two, I'll come in, plug in my phone, download those pictures, and drop those pictures into the photos folder. That's where all the photos of this month will go, whether I actually use them or not. That will also get transferred into the archive folder for that month in this year. So once day one has happened, I'll go in here and add, there's nothing in there yet, right? But I will go ahead and add the photos that I've taken and label that folder with the day number 01 and the story, just a brief name for the story. It might be the family, or it might be decorations, or whatever. It might be a movie, or whatever the story is for that day. And that way I know that this day has photos and a story assigned. And then the other things that may go into that folder are the process videos that I take, the edited photos, shorts and reels that I do, and any template. If I'm working with a template, or if I've built a template, or if I've built a silhouette cut file or a print file, I will put that in this folder. And the reason for that is if I need to reprint, it's readily available for me. You don't have to keep those for the long term, right? Like, one thing you can do is after you finish this project, 3 months or 3 years down the road, after you've finished it, you can go through and delete the templates that you don't need anymore. But you can also keep them. And this is one of the things I love about hybrid scrapbooking. You can keep every folder that you develop and every template that you work with the photos that you created and with the journaling and everything, and you can reprint those later down the road if something happens to that album. Knock on wood, I've never had to do that personally, but I know Jenna Fortner has had to. And so saving those can be a little insurance policy for you if something like that were to happen. But I'm not going to really worry about that today. I'm just showing you where I have everything set up. And then the once you assign photos in a story and you rename all of these folders one day at a time, there may be gaps left behind at the end of the month, and then you can go into your photos folder and pull from your overall photos. One of the things that somebody had asked me about, I think Kay had asked me about, no, it wasn't Kay. I think it was someone on YouTube had asked me about how do you remember what movies you watched in the October Daily 2021 album. Maybe it was Kay. I have a terrible memory. But one of the reasons for that is because in the photos folder, I put everything that I capture on my phone that month. Screenshots. If we watch movies, I'll just really quickly grab a screenshot of the movie poster or the DVD cover of that movie and just put it in that folder. Memes that I collect throughout the month. The layout I did about pushing memes, that was similar. Just little things that catch my eye, little things that make me laugh or inspire me. All of that is collected on my phone in some kind of way. And then those are great little fill-in stories, right? When you don't have a specific story for that day. And I'll show you, since I just finished October Daily 2021, this is what that folder looks like finished. And you can see, like, there's a couple of folders for some of the videos that I did, but then you can see what it looks like to have all of the days numbered and a story assigned to each of them. And that's an excellent visual, right, to see exactly where you are. So let's go back into 2023. And so that's the first thing, is to set up your folders. Second off, create a folder for your digital product. And so one of the reasons that I think that our digital products get lost is because you probably have a folder on your hard drive that says digital products, and then you open the folder and there's like 45 different digital designers and their folders, and you open up your Tracy Reed folder and there's 45 different products in there, and it gets lost. And so this is an excellent opportunity for you to build a Halloween digital product folder that has cut files, templates that you want to use. Templates and cut files don't have to be seasonal per se, right? Your Halloween digital products that you're using, your digital kits that you want to use. The only ones that I don't put in here are the design team products, but I keep the design team stuff in its own folder so that I know where that is when I'm working on design team stuff. But you can see here, like, for example, the Ali Edwards 2022 Halloween stamp set and the mini kit. And so one thing you can go ahead and do is load all your brushes into Photoshop and have those easily accessible for photo editing and for layout creating. If you want to cut and print any of those, you can go ahead and do that, right? Go into the Halloween mini kit and grab those label stickers, print and recolor and print and cut those ×5 in 5 different colors, right? And you'll be all set up, printed on your sticker paper, and then you've got 5 sets of labels for yourself. The vellum phrases, go ahead and pull those all into one document and print them out. You can use Publisher for that. You can use Word for that. You don't have to have Photoshop. I'll show you a real quick way of how I do that. So let me take you into Photoshop here. Again, this is the CC version, and I'm going to go to File and Scripts and load files into a stack. And what this lets you do is pull all of a set of files into one document or one screen in Photoshop. The word is escaping my mind. But let's go ahead and select all of these and hit OK. And they're all going to show up here. And then hit OK again. And it's going to load them all into one fold into one tab. That's the word I'm looking for. And so, of course, some of these, the originals, are gold foiled. So we're going to probably get rid of a couple of them because I don't print the gold foil. I print it as yellow. I just print it straight as yellow, and that's fine. Yellow happens to match the color of Halloween, so that works out great. Or really, some of these are showing up as orange. So that's usually the designers will accommodate the non-foil printing folks. And the digital designers like the ones that have the little gold cast to it. So now you can see where all of these elements are in one document. In the layers menu, we're going to scroll down to the bottom one and we're going to add a new layer. And then make sure that layer 1 is the bottom layer itself. And then go up to image and canvas size. And we're going to bump up this image size to 8.5 by 11 inches high. And now you have a print size document. And what you can do now is go back up to the top and move each one by one. And then we'll go through and decide which ones we want to keep, which ones we want to print out, which ones probably won't, you don't care for or you don't think you'll use. And this is a great opportunity, right, to be choosy about what you print. So we're looking out for the environment, but also save this afterwards, because you can always print these again anytime that you want to use them again. And I love that because then you can use them over and over again. Some of these products will inevitably, become your favorites. And so once you have that page set up, I think that's all of them. Yes. That's all of them. We can zoom in here. Just go to our zoom tool and zoom in and select the ones that you want. Save that document as a PNG, bring it into your Silhouette, and you're ready to print. And since these are designed as vellum phrases, you can go ahead and print it on your vellum, cut them out, and you have those ready for you. And so this is an excellent time to go through and print all of your digital embellishments that you want to have. So we're loading our brushes, right, so that you have easy access to the stamps. We're printing our die cuts. We're printing our vellums. There were some vellum papers in this kit. And yeah, I do plan on getting the 2023 kit when it comes out in digital. Look at these beautiful pumpkins. I love this. And so go ahead and pull that up, feed it through your printer on vellum, and you've got some vellums for yourself. I also love that she's sizing these at 7 by 8 1/4. That is a bonus, so that they fit out of the pocket. Then the other thing, I guess number 3, is start to build foundation pages. And so let me go back into my Explorer here, back to the October Daily 2023 folder here. And I'm working on some foundation pages already. And that's a good place to start working with different templates to already have them set up. And so let's see, I'm wondering, here's one. I've already worked with a few here. Let me open those. And I think I showed this before in a video. let me go back to it. This, well, I can pull up the JPEG. Remember this for Halloween night? This is a Tracy Reed pattern paper from October Mood, where we were talking about pulling in a pattern paper and adding letters to the edge, and then clipping the pattern paper to the letters and go ahead and printing that out so that you have a cool foundation page already started. Speaking of templates, one of the things that I keep on hand all the time, just around the calendar year, especially working in 6x8, is just a blank 6x8 template. It's actually 14 inches wide by 8.5 inches high, with 2 blank white rectangles. The right one here, the left one here, and then my guide marks for the center line. This is supposed to have a center line too. The center line for both sides, and the gutter, or where the holes get punched, and then of course the horizontal center line as well. And you can set up any guidelines that you want to, but this is the basis for most of the hybrid pages that I create. Just straight up, whenever I'm starting a new layout, I pull one of these out. Even if I'm not working with digital product, I can go in here and get a feel for the size of the photo that I want to print, for this overall scale of how it fits on the page. How many photos do I want to print on this layout? Do I want to do a double page spread, or do I want to do a single page spread? Is this layout going to the left or the right? And then name that as something and save it in your foundation pages folder. So one of the things that I wanted to show you is how I work with templates that aren't necessarily 8.25 by 14 inches, how you can reinterpret that. And so this is one of the templates, the Quiltish templates from Scrapping with Liz. And you'll notice how each element on the template has its own layer. And so you can manipulate this a little bit before you add your photos and or elements. So what I'm going to do is select the whole thing and take it over here into my 6x8 template. And I'm going to copy paste it into the template. And so you can kind of see, right, how it leaves off little edges. And that's fine. One thing we don't need is the bottom layer here. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. The bottom layer that came with all the other elements in this template. For now, I want to keep those all together. Now, here's where you get to decide, do you want to keep it at a 12 by 12 scale, or do you want to scale it down a little bit, go into your move tool, click on one of the corners, make sure your aspect ratio is locked, and then just bring that in. Now, I don't pay attention to the title here or the embellishments, because I'm not going to do digital embellishments. I probably won't do a digital title. I'll probably print that out. So just FYI on that. But here, that gives you an idea of how that sizes down to like a 8.5 by 8.5 size. And one thing that you can do at this stage, actually I think I'm going to go ahead and delete that bottom layer. That's fine. I'm going to go ahead and select all of those. Let's copy it again onto the other side. And then what you can do is go ahead and select all of those and clip them to that bottom rectangle. And then the first set that we copied in, I'm going to move those over to the right hand side, and then we're going to clip those as well. And after you do that, you can line up your center line here. Okay, let's see. The bottom ones are still sized kind of big, so let's fix that. Getting ahead of myself. I get a little excited. I get a little excited about this. I love this about Photoshop and about digital templates. They're so adaptable. Alright, let's size that down, grab that bottom corner, and hit OK. And now you can line up the two sides to where you want it to be. We're already in this side, so let's see about there, or yeah, I would probably leave it like that. Let's see where the other side leads us. How that will match up. There we go. That'll give us the full. That will fill the whole side. This is kind of a cheat way, but it works and it gets you the effect that you're looking for and makes it so that you can use these templates for whatever you need. I'm also noticing that there's a slight size difference, so let me straighten that out while I'm in here. And that's just a note to pay attention to what you're sizing these down to so that you get a match for both. There, and then you can go into like this element and change the color. You can go into this element and delete that hexagon and make the colors match if you want to. Repeat the stitching over here, however you want to work that. And then you can start one. I turn off the titles. I do like to leave the journaling blocks just to see if that will be useful to me. Yeah, and that sets up your template, and now you have it ready to go for whatever page you want to use it for. The other thing too at this stage, now that you have the seam matched in the center, is you can play a little bit more with the size. The key to playing with the sizes here is to do that before you bring in your photos, before you bring in your pattern papers, before you bring in any die cuts, solid papers, titles, before you bring anything else in, so that your aspect ratio will be the right aspect ratio for those items. In other words, if you have a photo in here and you go and manipulate the size, that photo may not print in the resolution that you're looking for. There. Okay, I've selected all of those, and now we can go back in and make it a little bit bigger if you want to. It depends on like what the stories are that you want to tell. I'm probably going to do a 10 on 10 kind of thing for this, so I'm probably going to make sure that there are 10 good hexagons for the 10 on 10 stories or whatever. So that's a little bit on working with templates. Let's see, I want to make sure that I've talked with you about everything that I wanted to talk to you about. So we've set up our folders. We've set up a folder for digital product and dropped in the digital products that we want to use. We've let's see, printed our digital products, die cuts, embellishments, vellums. We've set up a foundation pages folder. We've worked with a template to resize it to 8x14. And so I think that's all that I have for you for today. I hope that this has been helpful for you. Please let me know if you have any questions down below, or if there's something that you would like to see talked about in the context of using Photoshop for October daily, for daily albums, for 6x8 albums. I love chatting with you. I love hearing where you're getting stuck, or what are the things you don't quite know how to do or can't figure out how to do it, and I'll help you out as much as I can. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.